Hi, we're Laura and Dan. We've bought a beautiful rustic Portuguese barn and have literally zero knowledge of building and farming, but plan on converting it into a beautiful off-grid homestead. Follow us on our journey. My life right now is a lot of hard work mixed with the exhausting heat, never-ending projects, moments of challenge, but also moments of sheer beauty, where the days feel so long but are over so quick. Time is going so fast, life is just moving. With all the projects moving so quickly, it's been important for me to pause and take in all the natural beauty. How can something be so perfect? Homesteading is now a way of life, and we're spending nearly every moment working on the land, so it's been important to find time for some self-love and to take care of our bodies and minds. This past week has been all about finishing the outhouse and all the little jobs around it, whilst also keeping on top of actually living. Life off-grid for us is more than just a YouTube channel or a business, it's our way of life, and we want to completely embody this for the rest of our lives. Currently we're building a homestead, but we also have to keep other things in our lives in check. We found that the summer can be a very intense time. When living off-grid, there's always something to do and something to keep on top of. Amongst all the hard work, it's important to not take life so seriously. As they say, laughing can heal the soul. But it isn't always fun, and there are challenging moments. Things are always constantly breaking and need repairing. There's also been problems with the van. Dan cleaned out the air filters as the dust in Portugal can be an issue. This solved the problem, however the van still had to go into the garage to reset the warning lights, and when you live a little while away from the city, it ends up being a full day project. So these last few weeks we started a big and exciting project, building the log cabin outhouse. Before we continued with the project this week, we had to go into the city to pick up some roofing.
Morning, it's going to be a lovely, beautiful sunny day here again. That's just what you can expect here. But today we're going to be, we've got loads of projects we can do. We can put the windows in, we'll put the roofing on and start putting the partition wall in, doing the inside of the outhouse. So I think we're just going to go with what we kind of feel today, which is good. I like those kind of days where you can just kind of freestyle it.
So now we've got some more building supplies. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting on some roof insulation onto the roof, just to kind of give it that little extra kind of bit of protection from the sun, from the elements. So we're going to be putting this onto the roof first, and then the actual roof will be going on top of this insulation.
So the roof is all done and completed now. There's just a few more things that we need to sort of iron out and make it look a bit more presentable. But it's looking really good. The insulation's come out really nice underneath, and I think it'll kind of just give it that little added boost to what it needs for protection from the sun, because it gets really hot here. So now with the roof done, the next job is to slowly start building out the inside of it and building the partition wall for the shower.
We're very grateful that the shower tray has reached its final destination. It's made from stone, so it's very heavy, and we brought it over with us in the van from the UK. It would only fit on our bed, so every night when we parked up, we'd have to lift it out and put it in the front cabin so we could sleep for the night. Dan almost broke his back in the process lifting it out, so to see it finally in place was very satisfying. We're trying to do everything on a budget, and that's why we brought a lot of items with us, because we'd planned out well in advance what we wanted on the land. It also gave us an idea of how much we needed to save up whilst we were working back in the UK.
I guarantee, put my hand under here, I bet you 50 million quid there's a scorpion or a snake under here or something. It freaks you out when you've got to put your hand under here.
Yeah, it does. Don't think there'd be anything there yet. I think it's one to Don't do that.
So anyway, it's done. So the shower tray is now in, all fitted in, and now I'm just starting to build the partition wall now. Slowly starting to figure out where I need to put stuff.
With Dan building the partition wall, I decided to go harvest a few pears from our pear tree.
So I'm just in the middle of building the compost toilet, and what we're doing is we're basically utilising a lot of the free wood that we collected a few weeks ago. So it's going to save a lot of money, because as you know, wood's very expensive, it starts to add up. But if we can kind of utilise little odd bits and bobs that we've got around the land, because I think when you live off grid and you live the homestead life, you start realising that, you know, everything becomes useful, and no matter what it is, you put it to one side and eventually you can use it for another job. So that's exactly what we're doing now. These are off the previous job of building the roof, so we're using these for the compost, and the wood at the back is free wood that we got a few days ago. It's the start of the compost toilet done. Looks like a little table that you get from IKEA. Just need to get the bottom plates in and then fix it into place.
With the frame of the compost toilet now in place, we also built a frame for the sink area.
So the main frame of the compost toilet is now in place. What I've done is I've lined the inside of the compost toilet with a different type of wood. I'm not sure what type of wood it is. It's like a ply, but it's got like a treated material on the top of it. It was something that we picked up for free, which is really cool. We've actually found it in one of the bins, which is funny. We always look around the bins, we're like little scavengers. You always find the best gems in the around the bins. So we've used reclaimed wood from the bin, and it has, like I said, it has a little bit of kind of like material on it that's really good if it gets any splashes, if it gets any wee or poo on it. So what I'm doing now is, now I've lined it, I'm going to now go around and silicon all around the edge of the sides to prevent anything in the future spilling onto the other wood. Any poopages.
Poopages.
Now with the silicone done to avoid any poopages, it was now time to fit the windows, which we had sanded previously.
So the windows are now fixed in and they're looking really good. I'm so impressed with them, it's just coming together so nicely. So we're going to fit the door in now, so we can actually walk inside of the outhouse with a little door. So it's going to be really exciting. And then after this, it's basically just the cladding, and it's going to take shape really well.
Dan decided to recycle some old pallet wood and some decking boards that we'd used for the gate to make some steps for the outhouse. As we were waiting to go to the timber yard to pick up the cladding for the outhouse, curiosity got the better of us and we decided to start clearing out the old rubble from what we think is an old ruin on the property. But first we had to get some tools from the bottom of the land.
This is the place I'm looking forward to clean out the most. It looks like these blocks of granite are kind of been placed here purposely. So we're looking forward to cleaning it out and see what it could have been in the past. If we can't really see what it was, we're looking forward to kind of having this as like a fire pit area or maybe just a seating area because I can get a really good view of the mountains in the distance from here.
When uncovering the land, it's not uncommon to find artefacts from the past which paint a picture of the history of the land. The more we reveal, the more we find pieces of the past. These finds of forgotten history really gives us such a warm feeling and connection inside the past energies and stories of people who once inhabited these lands. We want to carry some of these energies forward in terms of how we live life here in Portugal.
So it's about 9 o'clock now and it's already getting too hot, so I just thought I'd take a break. And there's a fig tree here and I've seen some ripe figs right at the top, so I'm gonna get them down so we can have a little snack.
We managed to clear out a good chunk of the rubble, but there's still so much compacted dirt and debris above what we think is an old ruin. But we've made a good start. The next job was to finish off some more fencing around the boundaries of the land.
People in there. Praise the Lord. I'm going to end this week's video here, so thank you so much for watching and all the likes and comments and messages. It's been very lovely. And tomorrow what we're going to do is we're going to go to the timber yard and get some offcuts of wood that's going to be used to clad the outside of the outhouse. So I'm really looking forward to that because it's going to make it come together so nicely. So that'll be next week's video. So yeah, I'll catch you next time. Take care.
Do you like that? Is that nice? Eating our crops? I'll tell Stavros on you. We'll tell Stavros on you, mind you. He'll come round and he'll shoot with his shotgun. This is your last warning. Yes, you're listening. We'll tell Stavros on you. Okay, I know you can hear us. Don't put your head in the dirt and pretend that you're not listening. Must be nice just turning up when you want and eating the crops. After all the energy that goes into them. You're lucky it's not shotgun season. Because you'd be on the hog roast.